Welcome back to the SMT YouTube channel. In this video, I wanted to make you guys aware of a news development. This one is between Verizon and T-Mobile. They got beef, all right, out here in these telco streets. Anyways, let me give you guys the news, and then obviously I gladly welcome your take as customers and how you perceive marketing and advertising from the big mobile carriers, Verizon, T-Mobile, AT&T. All right, so here's the news. It looks like T-Mobile was in a little bit of hot water. They have been making some claims, advertisements, about how you could basically switch to T-Mobile from Verizon or the other big guys. I think that's the term that T-Mobile likes to use. Switch from the other big guys and save money, right? I've seen this on commercials all the time. These commercials are trying to do is lead customers to believe that the plans at T-Mobile are much cheaper than their competitors. T-Mobile obviously is getting the pushback from the National Advertising Division of the Better Business Bureau, the NAD. We've been following these stories for a couple of years now. So T-Mobile obviously disagrees with the ruling here, but they're being asked or encouraged to remove the ads that are in question. This stems from the advertisements that Verizon has pushed back against T-Mobile's, quote, switch and save advertisements, promising 20% savings compared to the other big guys. I've done a complete breakdown on the claim of save 20% by switching to T-Mobile. It's not a thing on a large majority of the plans, single line and multi-line pricing. It actually doesn't hold up. So factually, Verizon is correct. T-Mobile's advertisings, in terms of how this is structured and the terms they use, it is misleading. And customers are being duped into probably like going into a T-Mobile store and saying, hey, I want to save my 20%. And then T-Mobile's like, yeah, we'll do that for you. And then they build you a bill and maybe you do save, but do you save 20%? Right? Because that's the technical hang-up in this is, are you actually saving the 20%? And I don't think it is the case on like a large majority of the setups and plans. So within this article, and I'll be sure to link it for you guys, you'll get more of the details. What this boils down to is when you look at the plus streaming services that T-Mobile includes with the more premium plans, and when you take into account the discounts that Verizon is giving you, when you go with the My Plan route, it does make things kind of like very specific. You'd have to go in and do the calculations and actually run the numbers to see if you would be saving and by how much. But this is exactly how these companies want it. They want the waters to be muddy. They don't want you to actually clearly see and understand how these things work when it comes to the advertisement. What these companies are trying to do is they want it murky so that way you can't clearly see that you're not saving money, right? They just want to say it, you to believe it, and then you to act on it. Wireless carriers, in my opinion, need to clean up their advertising. They need to clean up their claims. We're seeing a lot of this getting thrown at T-Mobile specifically. A lot of their advertisements do contain, ambiguous language, in my opinion, which can often be misleading and then sometimes kind of, deceive customers. Some people may say that deceitful practices, that's a little extreme for this, but I don't see how this is transparent. I don't see how this is being honest. Conspicuous disclosures of material conditions with such promotions. How many lines are required, what's the cost per line, depends on the plan. None of that is included in the terms on the advertisements. It just says in this vague presentation. So it's imperative that you read the fine print when you look at the plans online and when you go to the store. You just have to do all the homework yourself, because even as you see, the National Advertising Division of the BBB sometimes doesn't get through. This may be the 10th time that this agency has checked T-Mobile for such advertisements, and we don't really see any of that changing. All right, so just be careful when you're looking at carrier promotions and deals. It doesn't matter if it's Verizon, T-Mobile, or AT&T. Just read the fine print. Make sure you kind of look at all the terminology and disclosures, because they're likely hiding the most important things that will impact your bottom line, which is the price you pay versus the price that they advertise. Anyways, let me know what you think about this. Questions, comments, concerns are welcome down below in the comment section. Like, share, and subscribe. Check out some more videos. We'll see you guys soon on the next one.